All right, welcome back. We were just having a chat, talking about the Super Eagles, looking at all the issues. Tony, let me quickly come back to you and give you a chance to clarify what appears to be a rumor about some players being sanctioned, not sanctioned, some players avoiding call-ups, some players feigning injuries. I mean, it's everywhere. But I don't know if there's any truth to that.
Yeah, we see a lot of things too. We see a lot of stories flying around, and we wonder where these stories are coming from. But what I can tell you authoritatively is that Coach Genadro is not dropping anybody, is not banning anybody,
it's not sanctioning
and is not sanctioning anybody. We don't dwell on hearsay. We deal with facts, and we don't doubt our players. We know that if they are available and they are fit, they will show up. So the era of saying a player is lying, that era is gone, because there are tests available to show if a player is really injured or not. And once there's an official communication from the club to the Nigerian Football Federation, you have to abide by whatever decisions they give you. So I can tell you that if these guys are fit, Victor Moses, Leon Balogun, Isaac Success, if they are fit, by the time we're getting ready for the Algeria game, they are back because they are members of the team. They are key members of our team. And nobody is dropping anybody, nobody is accusing anybody of falsehood or faking injury.
No truth to that.
No, don't dwell on those things. Those things are just something that you don't take too seriously.
Okay. All right, let's move on the show. Let's leave our national teams and talk about club football. This time not the Nigeria Professional Football League. We take a step down and talk about the Nigeria National League. We've put together an update for you, and we're going to be talking about that update and the consequence, probably the impact of some of the things that you will see. Some disciplinary committee decisions. I tell you, let me quickly just allow you run through what you have on screen. Then we will talk about the consequence of some of these things.
You remember, I think I was anchoring the show when we were talking about this. The NNL, some of the final round of games, second to the last game of the season. ABS and Julius Atete, the game was abandoned when there was encroachment and all of that. The NFF have ruled, giving 3 points, 3 goals to ABS. ABS is Abubakar Abukola Taraki, FC. And I think those 3 points and 3 goals will now put ABS in a very good position.
Change the dimension of things.
Change the dimensions of things. And they are now in a very good position to return to the to the Nigerian Professional Football League next season. Atete have been fined ₦1 million for assault on match officials, and they're going to be playing 3 home games behind closed doors. Most of those games will be next season. All right. So ABS are looking good now for a return to the Premier League. Gateway also wanted made a petition against Kofine of Akwa Ibom about an ineligible player, but it's been thrown out because the NFF disciplinary committee discovered that the player is properly registered and eligible to play in the NNL for FC Taraba. All right, so those are the decisions. One going in favor for ABS, the other going against Gateway. And those two teams are the ones in the running. Yeah,
and the committee also ordered a replay of match day 13 game between Kwara United and FC Taraba. These are some of the... maybe we should just talk about the consequence. We've talked about boardroom. I don't always like the boardroom playing a key role in who stays down, who goes up. But sadly, that's where we are.
I don't like the boardroom points too, because it's not.
But there's in our rule book.
Yeah, the rules can be changed. Instead of giving 3 points and 3 goals to a team, it's better you deduct the 3 points from the erring team.
But you can't change the rules. It's a second penultimate week to the end of the season.
Yeah,
you have to sit down at the Congress and draft the rules.
The problem is that
2 games to go.
Yeah,
you can't start changing the rules.
Yeah, at the end of the season, the clubs. Some of the clubs that are complaining now will not find it necessary to move a motion to change the rules. When it favors them, they don't complain. Quiet. When it's against them, they start complaining.
Remember ABS have also lost 3 points, 3 goals this season?
Yeah.
When they failed to show up for Bayelsa?
Yeah. You are talking about the consequence. The consequence is that Gateway FC and ABS will play in Ilorin.
We're neck and neck.
Yeah, they'll play in Ilorin. So with this decision now, now that the disciplinary committee has thrown out their protest of Gateway, it means that ABS are likely to.
So Gateway can go to Ilorin and beat ABS.
It's possible.
Didn't Kwara lose to Gombe in the NNL?
Well,
but then you know it's difficult.
You saw the footages of J.S. Atete and ABS, how they were pounded, beating black and blue. But some of these things, you know, some of the things you see
it's not happen.
The NNL,
not really.
The NNL this season has been a league of battering. It got to a stage, referees said they were not going to be going to some states.
Rightly so.
Yeah, but I hope that the NFF will pay attention because they don't have a substantive board in place. They only have a caretaker committee in place. And this is penultimate to the Premier League. So if the conditions are not good at this level, you can be sure that it won't be good at the Premier League. So we need to do a lot more. When Emeka Nyama was fully in charge of the NNL, they had issues, no doubt, but there was a lot
some semblance of sanity.
A lot better, but
the other one too, very dramatic. Wiki feeders protested that Taraba Akwara, played accord.
and you know, the ridiculous decision for me is that they have now ordered that the game be replayed. Is that giving credence to the fact that something was amiss in that game?
No, they said the earlier game rescheduled for October 2 did not start 30 minutes.
Because of the Taraba.
And all of these issues for the integrity of the game.
Yeah, a Taraba that is struggling to get funds to go for games has now been punished and fined and to cater for the expense of the game to be replayed. So for me, it's a lot of burden on Taraba, and they have not recovered from last season when they were in the Premier League, when they were owing their players for a long time. They are still struggling under the burden, and I don't know if they are going to be able to meet up to the new decision by the. But the clubs can appeal. I'm told that they can.
Yeah, they can appeal.
It doesn't change anything.
They have the option.
It doesn't change anything in that group because Gombe United are promoted.
Gombe United, Katsina United, and Remo Stars are in through.
ABS or Gateway.
Okay, we hope that all of these issues will be sorted and the integrity of the game will not be affected in any way. Let's continue our discussion talking about the domestic league. Let's talk about who's moving to where, the speculations, what's happening in the domestic scene. But now let's focus on the managers. We tend to focus more on the players, but we want to focus on the managers. There's been a lot said about Imama Amakwa-Kabo. The Rangers said even though he doesn't have a contract, he's not going. But suddenly you start hearing and seeing his name being linked to one club, linked to the other. We should talk about it tonight, I don't know. Will Rangers be able to hold on?
Well, like you said, his contract expired at the end of the season. He used to be on 1 million naira monthly salary. And the story we had is that the chairman of Pillars, Toyin saw them. They came to the Eagles Hotel and held talks with Imama. That's the story we had. And that he has also been linked to another club in the Premier League. But tomorrow, we heard that the commissioner of sports in Enugu will hold talks with Imama, and we see what happens. I think he just wants an improved.
He wants respect.
Respect and improved contractual. He was earning 1 million. Maybe offer him something more than that and give him more responsibility.
Especially now that the team will be playing the CAF Champions League.
Yeah. But on a personal note, I think. I would prefer that he remains in Rangers and possibly win the CAF Champions League.
Consolidate his performance.
Join the elite, list of coaches like Kadri Kana and Okiamodi, who later became one of the best coaches of the year by virtue of winning the CAF Champions League. So he has an opportunity. When you look at it too, yes, Imama deserves some respect, but Rangers gave him that opportunity. He was assistant, several times, to Gbede, to a lot of coaches, but Rangers gave him that opportunity. So, for me, I would advise him to remain there. He celebrated there. They are ready to offer him, from what we heard, offer him much more that he's earning. But he has the opportunity. He has the team. And the players will look up to him. Okay. They will play for him.
And it's an interesting story because this is the stuff that these kind of stories are made of.
Yeah.
Amadou Shuaibu was assistant to James Peters. James Peters was fired.
Very true.
At BC Lions of Boko in those days. And Amadou was to be pushed back to the office. And then somebody said, let's just give him one season.
Let's try him out.
A few games. And the story changed for Amadou Shuaibu before he passed on. One of the more successful Nigerian coaches. And the same thing with Imama. They sacked their coaches and they said, let's give this young man an opportunity. Let's see what he can do. And look at what Imama has done. Very pragmatic, very hardworking, very intelligent young coach. A new generation of coaches is leading. And already is in the Super Eagles. So there's a lot ahead of Imama. A lot of clubs, Sunshine also, Solomon Ogbede is also mulling, am I moving, am I staying, and all of that. I think it's important for these coaches to decide on time.
Yeah, another interesting one.
Benga Gumote.
Yes, for 3SC.
Maybe for financial reasons.
It was also linked to Pillars.
Yeah, linked to Pillars alongside Manu Garuba, Gombe. I called the GM of the club this morning, and coincidentally, Gumbata was in the office with him, and I spoke with the two of them. And, the issue of transfer starts in the realm of speculation. Nobody agrees to anything. Then even in Europe, they will deny. But later on, time will tell whether he will.
Starting substance of evidence and all.
Yeah, time will tell whether they will remain with Shooting Stars or not. But we just hope that these clubs get things right, get your pre-season programs underway, and prepare very well for the season. Because if you have a good pre-season, you get your coach, the players. We've also learned that some clubs are sacking, recklessly. Aqua United sacked 10 players, and they're looking for the key players. Surprisingly, we are sacked, and they're looking for players.
Maybe they were not impressed with how the club performed last year.
Gombe United did his own version of an house cleaning as well, and it's also crucial for administrators of clubs to get involved. Come up with a plan.
Rivers want to go on the tour of Madrid. The governor is happy with the way they performed last season. They missed the title very narrowly, so they'll probably go to Madrid as the pre-season before the CAF Champions League. So a lot of clubs are planning. Our good friend, the chairman of Ondo Football Agency of Sunshine Stars, General Mafo, is been picked as running mate for the PDP candidate,
probably because of the good work that is done.
If he's able to win, that's some leeway for Sunshine.
So we have already blamed government for showing apathy, and what has happened is that the right people are not getting into government.
Yes.
Because you need good policies for sports to thrive. You have mentioned Olamafo. When Orji Okalu was governor of Abia State, you saw how Enyimba flourished, won the Champions League. Honorable Silas Agara is now the deputy governor of Nasarawa State. And sports,
good track record.
These are people with good track record, and they will make good policies for sports to thrive. That is what we are clamoring for. Odili used to be there, and that time Dolphins and Sharks were also
a major force.
So I think Olamafo, if he gets there, we do a lot for sports, not only football but sports. Infrastructures, giving infrastructure to all the nooks and crannies of Ondo State, like Ibori did in Delta. The facilities are there for sportsmen and women to train every day and thrive. So I think it's a good one.
All right. Yeah. Okay, guys, let's travel abroad now and go to South America. As really interesting in South America, is the toughest, my opinion, arguably the toughest qualifiers for the World Cup. So let's look at the results, matches played. Surprise, surprise, Paraguay went to Argentina and defeated the Argentine team. Well, you could say without Lionel Messi, but they were able to do it. 1-0 victory. Brazil went away as well, got a 2-0 victory, and courtesy of that victory, Brazil now top the group for the qualifiers. They have 10 countries in that one, and they play each other. 18 matches to be played, 10 matches played now, but Brazil on top. And a much anticipated game between Uruguay and Colombia also made sure that it ended 2-2, and because of that, Uruguay are not on top anymore. Guys, you know that 4 teams will qualify from the South American zone, and of course,
the 5th team will go for a playoff
against Oceania.
Argentina is on that 5th spot after the loss to Paraguay. Shocking result. Chile bounced back to winning ways. They're still way off the mark.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's what it is, and we'll come back to this shortly. Let's go on a quick break. We'll be back for more on Sports Tonight.